Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, click the bell to be notified when new videos are released. This block is called Spokes. It's a 12-inch finished block. Here is the diagram. And we're going to cut squares, rectangles, and half-square triangles. Here is what the block looks like, set block to block, and there are 4. This block is a 2x2 grid, so we're going to make the same unit will go in all 4 spaces of the grid, and each unit finishes at 6 inches since it's a 12-inch finished block. Here are the cutting instructions. Patch A is a 2-inch by 4-inch finished rectangle. We're going to cut 4.5 inches by 2.5 inch pieces. We'll need 8 patches of the background and 4 patches of the blue. If you are using AccuQuilt, here are the dies that will cut this shape. So we either rotary cut these or use our AccuQuilt. Patch B is a 2-inch finished square. For rotary cutting, we'll cut 2.5 inch squares. We'll need 4 patches of the light blue and 4 patches of the red. If you want to strip piece these pieces, these are the pieces right here, the 2 B units, the blue and the red together, and there are 4 of these in the block. If you want to strip piece these instead of cutting 4 individual squares, we won't strip piece here, but I'll just show you a little demo of it. Here are the AccuQuilt dies that will cut the patches. And patch C is a 2-inch finished half-square triangle. We'll cut 2 7/8 inch squares. If you're going to rotary cut these and sew patches, you'll take that square and cut it in half on the diagonal once, and you'll have 2 patches. If you want to use the 2 at a time method to make your half-square triangles, we'll just cut the square this size. We will not subcut. You'll need 4 patches of the blue and 4 patches of the white. For a 2 at a time alternative, you'll need 2 squares of the blue and 2 squares of the white. For AccuQuilt, you will be cutting patches, and these are the dies you can use to cut your 4 patches of each. Here are the fabrics that are already cut. The A patch are the rectangles, the B patch are the 2-inch finished squares, and the C patch are the half-square triangles. We're going to do the 2 at a time method, so I have cut the squares at 2 7/8 inches. If you're cutting patches, you'll have these all cut on the diagonal once. You'll have 4 patches of the blue and 4 patches of the white. But we're going to do 2 at a time half-square triangles. If you are not familiar with the half-square triangles 2 at a time, stay tuned for a short video that shows you how to do this. After we do the half-square triangles, we'll sew the B squares together. And I mentioned if you wanted to strip piece these. So your strip piece will look like this. You'll have 1 piece of fabric, 2.5 by 11 inches, and it gives you a 1 inch extra. So this would be a strip and this would be a strip. You'll sew the strips together, press the seams open, then subcut your 2.5 inch segments. That is your strip piecing part. But I've cut squares, so I'm simply going to sew these together like this. On the back side of the light fabric, we're going to draw a diagonal line, put the fabrics together, right sides together, and we're going to stitch on either side of the diagonal line. Here is the diagonal line drawn, and then the stitching on both sides. Now we cut this in half along the diagonal line. Then we have our 2 half-square triangles. Press the seams open and cut off the nubs. The B units are sewn together, and there are 4 of them. The half-square triangles are sewn together as well. We are going to continue to follow the instructions down here to put the units together. Remember, we have 1 unit and we're going to repeat it 4 times because we have a 2x2 grid. Step 1 was making the half-square triangles, and we've done that. Step 2 is to piece the BB unit. We piece the red and the light blue B units together. Step 3 is we take the BB unit and we take a light A unit and stitch it like this. Press the seams open. Take the other light A unit and stitch it on the side and press it open. You do this for all 4 of them. Step 5 is to sew the half square triangle to the dark A unit like this and press the seams open. Once that is all done, you'll stitch the 2 together like this, and we'll have 4 units like that. We have our 4 units like this, and we're just going to put them together, rotating each unit each time you put it down. The center is a square on point. You'll sew these 2 together, then these 2, press the seams, and sew the rows together, and your block will be finished. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and while you're at it, click the bell to be notified when new videos are released. Thanks for watching.